So students, in my last video, I have finished with this problem of mathematical induction. Now, in this video, we will be continuing with the problems. So using the principle of mathematical induction, prove that x raised to power n minus y raised to power n is divisible by x minus y. So first step would be assume this statement to be P. Now we need to check if it is true for n is equal to 1. So this would be x raised to power 1 minus y raised to power 1, which is equal to x minus y. So it is divisible by x minus y. So hence it is true for n is equal to 1. Now we need to assume that it is true for n is equal to 2. So your pk would be x raised to power k minus y raised to power k is divisible by x minus y, right? So that means x raised to power k. If it is divisible by x minus y, let us assume there is some multiple m, which is the question. So we are assuming this to be equal to x minus y into n, right? So your xk would be x minus y into m plus y. Let us take this statement as equation 1. Now you need to check for n is equal to k plus 1. So it will become x raised to power k plus 1 minus y raised to power k plus 1. So this would be x raised to power k plus 1 can be written as x raised to power k into x. Same y raised to power k plus 1 can be written as y raised to power k into y. Let us place the value of x raised to power k from equation 1 in this. So your x raised to power k minus y raised to power k, x raised to power k plus 1 minus y raised to power k plus 1 would become x minus y. I'm just placing the value of x raised to power k over there into m plus y raised to power k whole multiplied by x. So x raised to power k, the value is this whole multiplied by x minus y raised to power k into y. Now let us further take x inside this. You would get x minus y into mx plus y raised to power k into x minus y raised to power k into y. Take y raised to power common, From these two terms, you will get x minus y into mx plus y raised to power k common into x minus y. So x minus y over here also, x minus y over here also. So you can take common x minus y, you would get x minus 5 and x plus y raised to power k. So if something is multiplied by x minus 5, that means it is divisible by x minus 5. So it is true for n is equal to k plus 1. So if it is true for n is equal to k plus 1, that means it is true for all values of n. Right? Now let us proceed to our next problem. The next problem is, using the principle of mathematical induction, prove that this value, this problem statement, is divisible by 11. So first step, let us assume this to be En. Now you need to check if it is true for n is equal to 1. N is equal to 1, 10 raised to power 2, 1 minus 1 plus 1. So this would be 10 raised to power 2 minus 1 plus 1. So this would be 10 raised to power 1 plus 1, and that would be 11. So it is divisible by 11. Hence it is true for n is equal to 1, and we need to assume that it is true for n is equal to k. So your pk would become 10 raised to power 2k minus 1 plus 1. So this would be is divisible by 11. So that means 10 raised to power 2k minus 1 plus 1 is equal to 11, and where m is some factor, so some multiple by which 11 is multiplied to get it divisible by 11, right? So your 10 raised to power 2k minus 1 would be equal to 11m minus 1. So let us assume the statement to be equation 1. So now you need to check it true. It is true for n is equal to k plus 1. So for n is equal to k plus 1, the statement would become 10 raised to power 2k plus 1. That is equal to 10 raised to power 2k plus 2 minus 1 plus 1. So let us interchange this number. You would get 10 raised to power 2k minus 1 plus 2 plus 1. And from this you would get 10 raised to power 2k minus 1 into 10 raised to power 2k 2 sorry plus 1. And just distributing the powers. So when I need to split the powers, then the bases are same and powers are added. So opposite of it is 10 raised to 2k minus 1, 1 power of 10, then 10 raised to 2 plus 1, 10 raised to 2 plus 1, right? So this would become, so we need to place the value over here. 10 raised to 2k minus 1 value already got from equation 1. Let us just place this value. So this would become, after this, I'm writing over here. So this would become 10 raised to 2 into 11 m minus 1 plus 1, right? Let us take this 10 raised to 2 inside. You would get 1100 m minus 100 plus 1. So 100 plus minus 100 plus 1 would be minus 99. So this would be 1100 m minus 99. Let us now take 11 common. We would get 11 common 100 m minus 9. So this shows that it is divisible by 11. Hence it is true for n is equal to k plus 1. It is true for n is equal to k plus 1. That means it is true for all values of n. Right? Now let us proceed to our next question. Our next question is, using the principle of mathematical induction, prove that this is divisible by 24. Right? So same first step would be, let us assume this to be Pn. Right? So your next step would be, let us check if it is true for n is equal to 1. So it will become 2 into 7 raised to power 1 plus 3 into 5 raised to power 1 minus 5. So this would become 7 into 2, 14 plus 5 into 3, 15 minus 5. So this would be 29 minus 5. That would be 24. So this shows that it is divisible by 24. So it is true for n is equal to 1. Now let us assume that it is true for n is equal to k. So your pk would become 2 into 7 raised to power k plus 3 into 5 raised to power k minus 5, right? So if it is divisible by is divisible by 24. So if it is divisible by 24, so let us assume this to be 24m. So 2 into 7 raised to power k plus 3 into 5 raised to power k minus 5 is equal to 24m. Say m may be some factor or multiple, right? So 2 into 7 raised to power k is equal to, take all the values on the right hand side. You would get 24m minus 3 into 5 raised to power k plus 5. Now you need to check for n is equal to k plus 1. So for n is equal to k plus 1, you would get 2 into 7 raised to power k plus 1 plus 3 into 5 raised to power k plus 1 minus 5. And let us take this statement as equation 1. Right? So to solve this, 2 into 7 raised to power k into 7, we can write it as 7 raised to power k plus 1 can be written as 7 raised to power k into 7 plus 3 into 5 raised to power k plus 1, or we can write it as 5 raised to power k into 5, right? So we can write it as 5 raised to power 5, 5 raised to power k into 5 minus 5. So let us solve it further by placing the value 2 into 7 raised to power k from equation 1. You would get 24m minus 3 into 5 raised to power k plus 5 into n 7 plus 3 into 5 raised to power k into 5 minus 5. So we have placed the value 2 into 7 raised to power k over here into 7 you have plus this whole term, right? Now let us solve it further. So this would become 24m into 7 minus 3 into 5 raised to power k into 7, right? On solving the bracket, you will get this 24m into 7, 3 into 5 raised to power k into 7 and plus 5 into 7 plus 3 into 5 raised to power k into 5 minus 5. Now let us solve it further. You want to get divisibility by 24. So 24 remains as it is, 7 would remain as it is. 3 into 5 raised to power k into 7, and here you have 3 into 5 raised to power k into 5. So this would be minus 2, right? Now you can take 5 common from this term and this term. So it would be 5 common. It's 7 minus 1, right? So this would, so 7 minus 1 would be 6. Now here also you could see 3 to the 6. So that would mean 24m into 7 minus 6 into 5k plus 5 into 6. Take 6 common from here. You would get 24m into 7 minus 6 common 5k minus 5. So power of 5, any power of 5 is always what? Is always 5 in the unit place. And if we are reducing 5, let us again take one thing, take 5 common from this. You would get 24m into 7 minus 6 into 5, and you would get 5 raised to a k minus 1 minus 1, right? So this 5 raised to the k minus 1 minus 1 always multiple of 4, because power of any power of 5 is always 5. So 5 minus 1. So your unit place become 4. So it is always multiple of 4, right? So this would be 24m into 7 minus 6 into 5. Let us take this multiple of 4 as 4p. P must be some multiple. So this would be 24m into 7 minus 6 4 are 24 into 5p. So take 24 common, you would get 24 outside 7m minus 5t. So this shows that 24 is divisible by this term, right? So that means it is true for n is equal to k plus 1. So if it is true for n is equal to k plus 1, that means it is true for all values of n. Now let us proceed to our next problem, right? So our next question is, using the principle of mathematical induction, prove that n into n plus 1 into n plus 5 is a multiple of 3 for all values of n, right? So first step, let us assume this to be Pn, and we need to check for n is equal to 1. For n is equal to 1, this would become n as 1, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, and 1 plus 5, right? Only we need to place 1 in place of n. So this would become 1 into 1 plus 1, 2 into 1 plus 5, that would be 6. So this would be 6 to the 12. 12 is multiple of 3. So that means it is divisible by 3, and it is multiple of 3 4s are 12. Now we need to assume that it is true for n is equal to k. For n is equal to k, your pk would become k into k plus 1 into k plus 5, which is multiple of 3 is multiple of 3. That means this is equal to k into k plus 1 into k plus 5 is equal to 3m. M may be any multiple, right? Now you need to check for n is equal to k plus 1. So your pk plus 1 would become k plus 1 into k plus 1 plus 1 into k plus 5, k plus 1 plus 5. So this would be k plus 1 into k plus 2 into k plus 6. Now let us split this k plus 6 term. You would get k plus 1. Let's take the statement of pk as question 1. So after this, you would get k plus 1 into k plus 2 into k plus 6 into these whole two multiples. So 6 into k plus 1 into k plus 2, right? So this would be, so here you have k and k plus 1 and you need k plus 5. So how you can make k plus 2 as k plus 5? That would be k plus 5 minus 3. So this would be k plus 1 into k plus 5 minus 3 into k plus 6 k plus 1 into k plus 2. So this would be k into k plus 1 into k plus 5, right? And you have minus 3k into k plus 1 plus 6 k plus 1 into k plus 2. So this you already know from equation 1 is 3m. So this is 3m minus 3k into k plus 1 plus 6 into k plus 1 into k plus 2. So this would be, take 3 outside, you would get 3 into m minus k into k plus 1 plus 2 into k plus 1 into k plus 2. So this shows that it is multiple of 3. That means it is true for n is equal to k plus 1. If it is true for n is equal to k plus 1, that means it is true for all values of n. Now let us proceed to our next question. Our next question is, using the principle of mathematical induction, prove that n square plus n is even. So for that, first step would be Pn. For n is equal to 1, this would be 1 square plus 1. So that would be 2. And 2 is even. So any multiple of 2 is even, right? So pk is true. Pk is true. So k square plus k is even, right? That means it is multiple of 2. K square plus k is equal to 2m. Now you need to check if it is true for n is equal to k plus 1. N is equal to k plus 1. So k plus 1 whole square plus k plus 1. So it would become k plus 1 k square, open this bracket. This is identity, k plus 1 whole square, a plus b whole square, a square plus 2ab plus b square plus k plus 1. So this would be k square plus k square plus 2k plus k. Let us take this as 2k only plus k plus 2, right? From these two terms, take k common, and from these two, take 1 common. You would get k square. Now do one thing, k square plus k value already you have from pk term, right? So this means that k square plus k, interchange the value, the terms, right? So this would become k square plus k plus 2k plus 2. So this would be what? 2m from this k term plus 2k plus 2. Take 2 common, you would get m plus k plus 1. So that means this is multiple of 2. This shows that this is multiple. That means it is true for n is equal to k plus 1. If it is true for n is equal to k plus 1, that means it is true for all values of n. Now, let us proceed to our next question. Our next question is, using the principle of mathematical induction, prove that 1 plus x raised to power n is greater than or equal to 1 plus nx. Now, let us solve this problem. So, our first step would be, let us assume this to be Pn. So, for n is equal to 1, 1 plus x raised to power 1 is greater than or equal to 1 plus 1x. So, that would be, both are equal, 1 plus x is equal to 1 plus x. That means it is true for n is equal to 1. Now let us assume that it is true for n is equal to k. So your pk would become 1 plus x raised to power k greater than or equal to 1 plus kx. Now you need to check for n is equal to k plus 1. For that, 1 plus, let us take the LHS side. 1 plus x raised to power k plus 1. So this would be written as 1 plus x raised to power k whole k into 1 plus x, right? And you know the value of 1 plus x raised to power k from this. It is 1 plus kx greater than or equal to. So this would be greater than or equal to 1 plus kx into 1 plus x, right? So this would be equal to, let us multiply these two brackets. So you would get 1 plus kx into 1. 1 into 1 is this. 1 into kx is kx. Now x into 1 is x, and x into kx is kx square. So take x common from this. You would get 1 plus k plus kx square. So this kx square is always greater than or equal to 0 because it is square. Square is always positive. So it is always greater than or equal to 0. Now, this, you are left with this term. That means it is greater than, that means this value is greater than 1 plus x into 1 plus k, right? So that means your pk plus 1 would become, your pk plus 1 would become what? Would become 1 plus x raised to power k plus 1. That is greater than or equal to 1 plus x into k plus 1. You have taken this and you form this, right? So it is true for n is equal to k plus 1. So if it is true for n is equal to k plus 1, it is true for all values of n. Let us proceed to our next question. Same. First step, Pn. For n is equal to 1, so this would be 1. This would be less than 2 raised to power 1. So that means 1 is less than 2. It is true for n is equal to 1. For n is equal to k, so your pk would be k is less than 2 raised to power k. Now multiply this by 2. You would get 2k is less than 2 raised to power k into 2. That means 2k is less than 2 raised to power k plus 1. Right? Now, and you can write this 2k as k plus k. So that means k plus k is less than 2 raised to power k plus 1. Right? But this 1 is always less than what? Less than equal to k. 1 is always less than equal to k. That means k plus 1 is always less than equal to k plus k. And k plus k is greater than 2k plus 1. Right? So that means this k plus 1 is less than 2k plus 1. So this shows that it is true for n is equal to k plus 1. If it is true for n is equal to k plus 1, that means it is true for all values of n. Now let us proceed to our next question. Our next question is, using the principle of mathematical induction, prove that 1 square plus 2 square and so on till n square is greater than n cube upon 3. We have already solved this problem of squares in our previous previous slides, but here it is greater than, and in that question we have other values like other multiples. Okay, now how to proceed this? Same, first step would be Pn. So for n is equal to 1, this would be 1 square, right? So this would be 1 square is greater than 1 cube divided by 3. That would be 1 is greater than 1 by 3. So it is true for n is equal to 1. Now let us assume that it is true for n is equal to k. So your pk would be 1 square plus 2 square and so on till k square is greater than k cube divided by 3. Now let us just add k plus 1 whole square into the LHS. Here you would get 1 square. Now you need to check for n is equal to k plus 1. So for that we are just placing the value k plus 1 whole square. So this would be always greater than equal to, we are just adding k plus 1 whole square on both sides. So on adding k plus 1 whole square to this, to the left hand side and to the right hand side. Now let us solve the RHS. So this would become your pk plus 1 term, problem statement of pk plus 1. So let us solve the RHS now. So your RHS would be k cube divided by 3 plus k square, k plus 1 whole square. Now let us take the LCM 3 over here. So on taking 3 as LCM, you would multiply this, right, with 3. Okay. Now just open the a plus b whole square identity. You would get k square 1 by 3 outside k cube plus 3 into k square plus 1 plus 2k. So this would become 1 by 3 k cube plus 3k square plus 3. 3 into k square is 3k square. 3 into 1 is 3 plus 3 into 2k is 6k. Now let us solve this further. Now we can write this as 1 by 3 k cube plus this 3k square as it is plus 6k can be written as 3k plus 3k and 3 can be written as 1 plus 2, right? So we get k cube plus 1 by 3 k cube plus 1 plus 3k common. From this 3k common and you are left with k plus 1, okay, plus this value 3k plus 2. This taken, so you're left with 3k plus 2. As you can see over here, it is identity. A cube plus B cube plus 3AB into A plus B. So it is identity A plus B whole cube. So this would be 1 by 3 K plus 1 whole cube plus 3K plus 2. So here you could see K cube, K plus 1 whole cube and something is added to it. That means this is always greater than K plus 1 whole cube divided by 3. So right, this we have to get from k plus 1 n is equal to k plus 1. So that means it is true for n is equal to k plus 1. So if it is true for n is equal to k plus 1, that means it is true for all values of n. Now let us come to our next question. So next question is, using the principle of mathematical induction, prove that 2n plus 7 is less than n plus 3 whole square. So same, take this as en. For n is equal to 1, this would be 2 plus 7 is less than 1 plus 3 whole square. So this would be 7 plus 2 is 9 is less than 3 plus 1 4 square. 4 square is what? 16. 9 is less than 16, which is true. So it is true for n is equal to 1. Now let us assume that it is true for n is equal to k. For n is equal to k, your pk would become 2k plus 7, that is less than k plus 3 whole square, right? Now you need to check for n is equal to k plus 1, take the LHS. 2k plus 1 plus 7 would be equal to 2k plus 2 plus 7. So that would be equal to 2k plus 7 plus 2, right? And that is less than. So the value of 2k plus 7 is k plus 3 whole square. So this must be less than, right? So plus 2. Open this bracket now. You would get less than k square a plus b whole square identity k square plus 6k 2ab plus b square 9 plus 2. So this would be k square plus 6k plus 11, right? So this is always less than k square plus 8k plus 16. Why it is always less than? Because it is the square of k plus 3 whole square, and this is the square of k plus 4 whole square. So this is k plus 4 whole square. So that means if you check, you have taken the LHS, and solved it, you get this to be greater than k plus 4 whole square. And if you check here, 2k plus 1, so that means 2k plus 2 plus 7, that must be 2k plus 9 is less than k plus 1, k plus 1 plus 3, that is k plus 4 whole square. So this you already get less than k plus 4 whole square. That means it is true for n is equal to k plus 1. So if it is true for n is equal to k plus 1, that means it is true for all values of n, right? This is all about mathematical induction problems. We have discussed all the problems, and these are the questions for practice for you. Some of the questions you need to practice all the questions, and I have covered all the types of questions which are asked in the papers and exams. So all the questions are covered, all the types are covered. So I would request you to pause the video and solve the questions which are given for you to practice. Thank you.